Hello, my lovely Scorpios. I'm Jessica from Willow Vine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do your April 2020, like second half of April 2020, or with a month's time of viewing this general reading. So this is a little different than what I've done before, and we're going to cover past energy, current, future, love, money, health, blocks, how people view you, and some advice from spirit, as well as your overall energy. I just wanted to do something a little different so that we could pull away from Loveland a little bit, but it's still in here. So anyways, this is a general reading. It will not apply to every single one of you. I wish I could do that, but I can't. If you'd like me to pick up on your personal energy, please email me. My email is in the box below. I'll gladly give you all the information you need on personal readings. It's on the community tab as well as my website. And don't forget to check me out on Patreon. Thank you to everyone who has supported me over there. You guys rock. It's any denomination. It's a monthly membership, any denomination. Start off at 10, for example. Lower it, increase it at any time. So you choose what you can afford or what the readings are worth, and you can cancel at any time. So there is absolutely no obligation to you whatsoever. And you get all the bonus material that I put over there. I'm not going to extend these generals because I usually only extend the love readings. But I am probably going to do some extra things over there. So stay tuned for that, my dears. I am getting caught up on personal readings. I busted out quite a few today. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And I do them every day. But I do have openings. So if you'd like one, email me and I will put you on the books as soon as payment and all that happy stuff has been made. So let's see here. Scorpio. I feel like I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to figure out where I belong, like where I fit in. What's the best career path for me. Some of you have already figured this out, while others of you, because we're all on different timelines, while others of you are in the process of, am I really happy where I'm at? Or do I want to do this? Do I want to go back to school? Do I want to learn a new trade? Do I want to keep doing the same thing that I've been doing? Am I happy at work? Am I happy in my relationship? Do I even want love if I'm single? If I do I want the past back, or do I want somebody new? So it's like trying to figure out what you want and what direction you want to head in, which is awesome that you're taking the time to think it through instead of just, charging full steam ahead, guns a-blazing, just wreaking havoc everywhere. I feel like you're being very methodical and you're seriously thinking about not only what you want and what makes you happy, but what you need, what would benefit not only your life, but those around you. So if you have a family, you're taking your children or your spouse or even your parents and siblings and whatever into consideration, especially if travel or relocation or anything like that is on the table. So you're not just making these changes or basically planning out your life for just you. You're doing it to better. I feel like you're doing it to set an example for your children, I just heard to prove people wrong. So if there was anyone that doubted you or has been doubting you, especially if for those of you who wanted to go out on your own, start your own business, because Scorpios are really great entrepreneurs, and I feel like because we tend to take charge and we like to be in control, it suits us well to be a leader. And you own your own business, you're in charge. So if your business fails, well, you know who to blame. And if it succeeds, then you know who to cheer on and be like, woohoo, you know who to praise. But I feel like Scorpio, you handle corrective criticism pretty well. And when you quote unquote fail, you pick yourself right back up and dust yourself off and keep pushing forward and act as though that never happened, kind of thing. You will prove you will prove everyone around you wrong. So if anyone thinks that you can't do it, if they tell you that you're a failure, or if they shit on you in any way, shape, or form, you'll just turn around, give them the finger, kiss it, and be like, yep, well, watch this, bitch. Like, this is going to be interesting. Just hang on. You might want to put your seat buckle on because this ride's about to get rough. I'm going to show you a few things. That's just how Scorpio rolls. And I feel like a lot of you are proving people wrong. So, let's see. Recent past. So, what got us up to this point, Scorpio? Alright. We have number 19. The Sun, which is clarity reversed. So, I feel like with this, I don't really feel that this is, well, yeah, some of you might have been uncertain on which direction you wanted to go in, and it could have taken you, and this is the recent past, so it could have taken you up until this point to finally realize what makes you happy, and either who you want to be with, where you want to work, what you've made a choice. It's like, okay, I'm not satisfied where I'm at, even if I have to, learn a few things, go back to school for this, that, or the other. I am charging ahead, and a lot of you wanted to press forward with a new endeavor, whether it was at work or just with a hobby. I feel like I'm talking about work for a lot of you. And if we're talking about going out on our own, you just weren't happy where you were at, where you were working, and you knew that there was more. I need more. I'm not fulfilled. I'm not satisfied at this job. I'm not satisfied in this relationship. I'm not satisfied in this town, in this bodunk fucking town. Oh, post warning, I use bad language. If you don't like it, sorry, there's the door, but I hope you stay, because this could be for you. Anyways, I just feel like you weren't satisfied, and it was like, I feel like for a while you didn't really know how to move forward. You didn't really know what steps to take. So you're kind of plotting and planning, but you're like, what the fuck am I even planning? I don't even know what I want to do. And then I almost feel like it could have came in a dream, or through meditation, because I feel like it was, you're spiritually guided to do whatever it is that you're doing currently. But before that was presented to you, I don't know, it's weird because I feel like you've always known what you wanted to do for a job. You've always known what your ideal partnership would be. I feel like for the Scorpios I'm reading for, you basically had your fucking life planned out when you were a child, and throughout time you kind of forgot what that plan was, but it's almost like through meditation and dreams it kind of came back to you, and it's like, you know what? That's not out of my reach. Even though my mom or my ex-husband or ex-wife or ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, or my immediate family said that's not a realistic goal, I'm going to make it realistic, and I'm going to make it happen. So I feel like y'all had a plan, y'all had an idea, and you're moving forward with it, because this is the past. Five of Pentacles. This is feeling a sense of lack, feeling left out. I almost feel like with the whole not being happy where you're at and wanting to move forward, when I said that you want to prove those around you wrong, you want to prove to everyone that you can do it, I feel like not very many people believed in you initially. I'm not going to say that they sat here and shit on your dreams, but I almost hear like a mother, or someone that you look up to, whether it's a parent or an aunt or whatever. I feel family with this. I feel like someone saying, oh, that's a good idea, and yeah, you're good at that, or you would be good at that, but that won't pay the bills, or that's not a realistic dream, or it's not a realistic goal, you're just a dreamer, you need to get out of dreamland, like that will never happen. So someone was kind of shattering your plans, shattering your dreams, and it's like, I feel like a lot of you are like, you know what, you just had almost an epiphany, and you're like, fuck it. If I don't try, I'll never know. And I feel like that's exactly what you decided to do. Page of Wands. I'm going to start this. This is initiating a project. This is communicating about it, but minimally. So I do feel like in the recent past, whatever this endeavor is that you guys have been embarking on to try to find your emotional fulfillment, you kept it to yourself. You probably only told somebody, maybe one or two people very close to you, and it wasn't the naysayers like your parents. Anyone who didn't support your dreams, you kind of left out of this. But I feel like this is moving forward, and it's like, I gotta get out of this sense of lack. I don't really know exactly how I'm gonna get there or what it's gonna look like when this is all said and done. But damn it, I'm going to try, and if I put my mind to something, I succeed, is what I feel. It's like, I feel like you are extremely determined, and I feel work here. It's either hobbies, like something like turning a hobby into a career, or going out, owning your own business, or just even applying for that job that you're not 100% qualified for, but trying to sell yourself in the way that, I'm a fast learner kind of thing. I just feel extremely ambitious, and not everybody believed in you, and you're like, fuck it, don't believe in me, but I will show you. Current energy. We have the Eight of Pentacles, practice, reversed. They say practice makes perfect, but this is putting the time, energy, and effort into something. And I feel discouraged because this is not working on something. Some of you are, I don't feel like this is the dream that you wanted to go after, that people were kind of shattering for you. I feel like this is no longer putting the time or effort into people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Any naysayers, anyone who doesn't have your back, anyone who doesn't believe in you, I feel like you're like, fine, you don't have my back, I don't have your back. You're being very selective with who is in your group of friends, the company you keep, basically your soul tribe. You're realizing that not everybody you know is your friend. You have more acquaintances than you do actual friends. And I feel like it's almost like, when your parents will say you are the company you keep, you're realizing that that's not too far-fetched. That saying definitely comes from somewhere, and it's like, I don't want to be these people. So, I feel like you're being very picky with who you allow around you. This is kind of pulling away energy for me, and it's processing. This is more action oriented, like I'm implementing my plans, I'm working on it, I'm building this, creating that, whatever. And this is planning. I haven't started working yet, so this is the planning phases. So I feel like some of you are still at that dead end job. You're still you're doing what you need to do to pay the bills and to get by, but you have a plan. You have a little notebook that you're writing everything down in, and what steps you need to take, so that you can start taking action. This is something that you really want, to the point where it's definitely hush hush. Like I said, you're only telling a select few people, if anybody. But you want to get it right. It's like before you even start anything, you're going to have it all worked out on paper first. We have the Page of Cups. Yeah, this is what you're doing. This is the planning phase. You planted the seeds, and you're figuring out step by step, like, how many times a day do I need to water this to get it, like, how much sun does it need, like, all the details. You're working out the details before you take action. So you're in the planning phase of something, and I strongly feel I feel like this is work related. I really, really do. I want to build a legacy for myself. I want to be remembered. I want to build a name, like, I want people to know my name. I want them to remember me. Some of you might even be inventing things, but I feel creativity here. Six of Swords, reverse. You're not taking action yet. This is the planning phase. That's exactly what it is. Death, reversed. This is you. And just like I said, you're in the planning phase. You know that thing, like, anything worth having takes patience and it takes time to grow and expand. And I feel like if you're presenting something new to the world or those around you, especially in a business sense, you have to have those kinks worked out. You have to have a plan, start to finish, like know where to begin and be able to explain the expansion and growth of whatever this project is, whatever this idea is, whatever this business is. And because it takes time, like I said, you're not telling anybody, but you haven't quit the job that you're at. You're still doing your 9 to 5, your normal gig, basically, whatever it is that you're currently doing. You're still doing it. You haven't stopped that yet. You haven't ended anything. You haven't ended anything yet. So, for example, if this isn't work related, like I've been talking about, and I do feel like it is, I mean, hell, it could just be the hobby, but I feel like it's something you want to make money at eventually, and you will. Some of you, it could be writing a book and finally starting that. You haven't put pen to paper yet, or you're coming up with the outline, but the bones or the meat, there we go, the meat of the story hasn't really been written. Some of you, it's a memoir. Some of you, it's just owning your own business. And I feel creativity, it could have to do with artwork, paintings, drawings, tattooing, beadwork. I just heard candles and soap. So some of you are you're making things, and you need to know the laws and the ins and outs of all that shit too. But it's just a hobby and a side gig right now. If this is a relationship, you are interested in somebody else because you're not satisfied with the person you are currently with. You're not happy and you haven't been for a while. You feel left out. You don't feel recognized. You're not getting the attention that you want from whoever you're around. And I feel like you have started talking to somebody new. No action has been taken. Like, you're not really investing in that person right now, but it's like your feelings are starting to grow because you went from a Page of Wands to a Page of Cups. So it's kind of that crush. You're developing a crush, but you're still with the person that you haven't left your current relationship or even asked this person out. You haven't changed anything. Nothing between the two of you has changed. I'm having deja vu like fucking crazy right now. I'm sorry, it's taking me forever to spit this one out. So, near future. 3 of Cups, celebration. All your hard work, all your patience, all this time, energy, and effort is going to pay off. This is like in your face, bitches. I told you that I could do it. I told you that this would be successful. I mean, hell, I almost feel like if you are writing this planning phase, part of it, I feel like some of you entered a short story contest, something like that, and you either won or came in third place, like first, second, or third place. You received something to celebrate. Either you earned some money from it or a publishing deal or something. But the reason why you did it was so that it was like step 1 in your book writing, in your writing career kind of thing, in changing focus, to get your name out there, to see who likes your writing and shit like that. Excuse me. This is celebrating a new relationship, a coming together. This is hanging out with friends after a time of being alone and not being very happy. I just feel like you're going to have a lot to be happy about. I feel success coming for you. Why is the 3 of Cups here in the near future for Scorpio, please? hold the phone. I don't know, I just feel really happy about this for some reason. It's like going from being miserable and not being noticed and just kind of being stuck in this boring routine to finally being noticed. I feel like feelings are being reciprocated too. What is this? The Four of Cups reversed. Ooh, you didn't let this opportunity pass you by. There's something that's coming back around, which is why I feel like you're happy. It could be a love interest, someone that you've been pining over, that this is going to work out. You might have thought it was a missed opportunity, and then boom, there it is. But I feel like you went after a dream, especially when it comes to your career, your hobbies, your goals. You followed your heart and you're winning. You took this opportunity by the balls and ran with it, basically. You didn't let anything pass you by. And I feel like you're keeping this celebration to yourself, or you will, because I don't feel like you really want to rub it in anyone's face. I mean, anyone who wasn't supportive of you, I feel like you will, but I feel like there's a time and a place, and you're going to do it little by little. Exactly. Now you're happy. Look, the sun's in the up right now. This is clarity. You finally know what direction you want to go in, where you want to work, what you need to do, what your life purpose is, who you want to be with. You have all this clarity. And like I said, you took this opportunity by the balls and you fucking ran with it. And you're happy with the turnout. You're celebrating your success. I feel like you're celebrating it quietly by yourself, but like I was going to say before I saw that, is you're kind of, they're like mini wins. I feel like you are posting or sharing pieces of your joy little by little. So it's almost like you're stretching out the celebration. So you're not just sharing it all at once. It's like, oh, I reached this goal today. Oh, I reached that goal today. And you're going to save the ultimate celebration for like just the perfect timing. And I feel like you're going to save that for all the people who didn't believe in you, especially when you start making money at whatever this is. It's like, oh, you didn't think this was gonna be successful? Look at me now, bitches. Like, my name's on the magazine, you know, my bank account is fucking popping off, you know? Like, I don't know, I just feel that change is coming and it's very positive. You're pulling yourself out of the gutter, basically. So then we have your love life. What is going on in love? We have the High Priestess, inner wisdom. So you are definitely listening to your intuition. I feel like you just have an inner knowing that things are going to fall into place. The right person will come in at the right time. I kind of feel like things are just working out really well for you. You're mainly focused on work and just your life, your family. I feel work, like I said, a creative idea, a hobby, and a career path. You are very focused on building up your stability and your independence and proving people wrong. If anyone says that you can't do something, you're like, what? Can't? Huh? Who? Me? Oh, just wait. Like, you know. So I feel like love is kind of, it's not really a main focus for most of you right now. We have the Ace of Swords. This is truthful communication. So I feel like with all this success, and even though you're showing it little bits at a time, you're giving people glimpses into what you're doing, because I feel like you have a big plan. And you're going to unveil it once it's all put together. It's like you don't want anyone to steal your ideas. I feel even copyright, like looking up copyright laws, shit like that. Like you are literally making sure that you do this 100% the right way. But I feel like you're being noticed and you're having more options in love as well. There's somebody that you are interested in, that you have been interested in for a minute, who is actually I feel like you've been waiting on this communication. I don't feel like it's come in yet, but I feel like you know it will. Because then we have the Knight of Swords reverse that wanted to fly out with it too. And Strength after that. So somebody is holding back communication right now. You know that they have something they need to say. You want to talk to them. You want to move this forward because this is truth and clarity about moving forward. But this person's being extremely stubborn. I feel like they have a pride and ego issue. I mean, just look at the dude in this card. It's got ego written all over it, you know, like, I'm just a cool shit kind of thing. Like, cool dudes don't pursue anybody. Well, yeah, they do. But anyways, at least men do. Mature men do. Little immature boys don't, or girls, whatever, male, female, doesn't matter. But you just know that this communication is coming in, so you're just kind of doing your thing, basically. Like I said, I feel like love is not a main focus for you. It will come in divine timing, and you're just following your gut with it. Because you have so many other things to smile about right now, so you're like, it'll happen when it happens, for whoever this is for. And then your money, what is going on with your career and finances. The Six of Wands, victory. This is success. This is being recognized, socially recognized. I mean, hell, you could even be a fucking star. This is being well known in your community. This is literally being famous across, like, globally, across the nation, online. It could be anywhere. It could be anything. But I feel like this is your dreams unfolding into reality. This is your dreams coming true. And people are seeing... They're seeing your worth, but they're seeing just how invested you are in this endeavor. And I feel like a lot of people, you have a lot of haters on your hands too, because whenever there comes success and attention and recognition, I'm like, what is the word? And when whatever comes with success and recognition, there's always people who support you and love you and send you all the love in the world. And then, of course, you have those who are jealous and envious, and they send you all kinds of hate. And it's just because they wish that they could be where you are. They wish that they could do what you do. Like, whatever talent you have, this person probably doesn't have. More than likely they don't. Or these people, whoever I'm talking about. So it's like, if you're one of the best tattoo artists, this person probably can't even fucking draw. You know, something like that. I just feel like you're being recognized for your gifts, whether they're spiritual gifts or they're just your talents that you were born with or that you honed. I feel a lot of success. I feel like your money is looking good. And this is only the beginning, because when I'm looking at these butterflies, I feel like it's transforming. So there's more to come. You're only getting a taste of this. I feel like it just started, and come June, especially, because I'm looking at the number 6, you're not going to reach your peak in June, but it's going to really, like, you're only going up from here, basically, is what I feel, especially when it comes to career and finances. Your money is looking good. If you wanted to build up a legacy, build up a name for yourself, but have that, I want to say legacy, you know, where you can leave, you have money and things, assets to leave behind for your kids, for your family, you will have that. So your work is definitely paying off. And this is when you can basically rub it in every naysayer's face, like, oh, you didn't think I would succeed, you didn't think that I would make it this far, you didn't think I'd make any money, you thought I had to do this and that for the rest of my life. Well, just because you chose this path for you doesn't mean that I need to go down that road, you know. So that's what I feel. There it is. Queen of Swords reversed. You're being humble at this time. You're not rubbing it in anyone's face yet. You are at the point where you could, though, just like I said. But I feel like you're trying not to be a bitch about it. But, this is keeping your success to yourself. But you are celebrating your success and your independence. I feel like some of you weren't happy in a relationship, and I don't know if you were codependent financially on that person in the past, and now you're happy, or this is what you are working towards, is your financial independence. No matter how big or small or grandiose the success is, you're happy that you can basically pay your bills on your own. Like, you don't have to worry anymore. You don't have to rely on somebody. You can take care of yourself and your kids, your family, if you have kids. There's your independence. So you're doing well financially. That's amazing. And then health-wise, we have number 16, the decadence, abruption, which is the tower, basically reversed. So I feel like, I think a lot of you, mainly with health issues, you were dealing with stress, anxiety. I mean, I don't really feel blood pressure for Scorpio, but I mean, if you were a masculine energy, blood pressure could have been an issue, especially if you were over the age of 40. I feel more of my immune system is weak, asthma-related illnesses, and I feel like this right here, this one section, is, I'm basically speaking to a Scorpio who, whenever a cold is going around, whenever people are getting sick, you always catch it. Your immune system is not exactly on point. It's not as great as it should be. I don't feel like there's anything serious here. And I do feel like this, you're overcoming this. Like, I feel like it was just a vitamin deficiency. Vitamin D, definitely. And with the 2 sun cards, I feel like you were lacking it. Now the sun's out, when you get outside more, plus adding in the supplement, you'll be fine. My feminines, definitely keep up with your calcium and vitamin D intake so you don't get osteoporosis and like brittle bones and shit. But I feel like we're coming into, you know, spring allergies. If you keep on top of it, you should be fine. I just feel like with whatever vitamin supplement I'm taking, my immune system is picked up. It's not as, I don't feel like I'm not as susceptible to catching these illnesses as I was, is what I feel. I feel like that was in the past, and it would happen just like that, and at the worst fucking time is what I feel. It's like every time something, you know, something important was coming up, or a fucking party, or a family function, or you know, a meeting or something at work, you'd get sick, and you'd be like, really? I do feel some of you having digestive issues. So I don't know if it's IBS or Crohn's disease. I also feel like internal hemorrhoids. So some of you could, you know, have bloody stool and shit like that. But and I feel like if that's the case, it has been happening for a long time, and some of you have already had a colonoscopy, even though you're not at, you know, over the age of 50 basically. But I feel like some of you have had that done. Some of you are considering getting it done just to make sure everything's good. But I feel like it's just internal hemorrhoids. It's nothing major, and unless they're causing severe pain or blockages, it should be fine. Just make sure you get more fiber in your diet if that's happening. But obviously seek medical attention. Talk to your GP, your doctor. if you have any of those symptoms. But I feel like for whoever I'm talking to, you would know. I mean, obviously, you're the one in the bathroom with yourself. 10 of Wands reversed. Yeah, releasing burdens. This is, I feel like whatever you've been dealing with, whether we're talking about the stomach issues, hemorrhoids, just having a weak immune system, you're not going to have as many episodes, or you're not going to get sick as much as you used to. I feel like the vitamin supplements, fiber, all that shit is helping you, because this is releasing burdens and not being worried about it. Like, this is nothing to worry about. It's nothing serious for whoever I'm talking to. If any of you have been, like, with the whole Crohn's disease, IBS, and like when I was talking about internal hemorrhoids and shit, I feel like whoever that was, you have been dealing with like diarrhea. I know this is a disgusting topic, and I'm sorry, but we talk about everything on here, and I'm not afraid to talk about shit like that. I started going to nursing school when I was younger. My kids were very little, and because of how demanding it was, I wasn't able to finish, but that stuff does not faze me. I was a firefighter for 5 years. Blood, guts, a little bit of shit and vomit. It's not a big deal. So anyways, I just feel like who I was talking to, if you've been dealing with diarrhea, I would try to cut dairy out of your diet as much as possible, or anything with like high in fat. So fried foods, butter, switch to like olive oils and things like that, because a lot of times people have an intolerance to lactose, and it causes all these symptoms and problems, and they don't even realize it, because we weren't meant to digest that stuff anyways. But keep in mind, any cheeses that were aged over 2 years, the lactose is like aged out of it, so you can eat it without problems. It's just processed cheeses like Kraft and shit like that. Stay away from that stuff. I mean, limit yourself on how much milk you drink, unless you get Lactaid, which it's real milk. It's just they double process it, so what your body naturally does to process it and break it down, a machine does it so it doesn't hurt your stomach. Tastes exactly the same, so you could switch those up instead of going to soy and whatever. But you do whatever you feel you need to do. But I feel like if you haven't tried eliminating dairy, it will help. And along with the whole diarrhea thing, if you get upset stomach or vomiting too, that's probably what's causing it. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, Page of Pentacles reversed. This is something you don't really want to talk about. I'm just going to say. I feel like for those of you with the stomach issues, I'm not going to list it again. I feel like your worry is going to be over. Especially if you take those tips, if your doctor has mentioned it to you, or if it's hitting home for you, just try those things. This stuff is going to clear up for you, and don't worry, your love interest, because I feel like this might interfere with dating, and it might make you nervous, like, oh, if I eat this and I'm going to be in the bathroom, I don't want so-and-so to know I just met him. Like, I almost feel like it's an embarrassing topic for somebody, not for everybody, but for some of you. And I feel like you're just not going to have to worry about that, and you might not even have to tell that person, because I feel like it's going to clear up. Just take my advice, or listen to definitely listen to your doctor over me, just saying. But if that's an issue, those are just some things. So moving on, your blockages, what is blocking you in life in general? The 10 of Cups, contentment. So for the 10 of Cups to be a blockage, I feel that this is you trying to find your passion in life, basically, like your purpose, your life's mission, what makes you happy, basically, like that happy, loving relationship, the job that pays you well and satisfies you. For whoever I'm talking to, a blockage for you especially is staying happy, because I feel like contentment is fleeting. Like, I get bored easy is what I feel. I feel like, oh, this is great, this is fun. Oh, okay, I don't like it anymore. So you need to like change things up a lot. You don't like the same old thing over and over and over. So no matter what you do for work, I feel like you need to have like a change of scenery. You need to, even if you don't quit your job, if you love your job, you're just getting kind of complacent and bored, change up your routine a little bit. Even the smallest change can make it feel different, so you can bring back the excitement, if that makes sense. It could be as simple as changing your lunchtime, putting earbuds in and listening to music instead of sitting in the quiet, doing this task before that task, spicing up your love life, spicing up things in the bedroom. And if that's the case, it's probably your partner's fault. Your partner might not be as enthusiastic in the bedroom as you are, or maybe not as open, to trying new things. Maybe you need to ease them into that. If you are a cross watcher for Scorpio and they seem not interested in having sex or being intimate or anything like that, try sneaking up. Well, don't sneak up on them, but like while they're doing the dishes, come up behind them and kind of do your thing. I don't know, make it fun and exciting. Do risky things. I mean, within reason, make sure your partner's okay with it, because not everybody's okay with that shit. But I'm just saying, spice it the fuck up. Change is always good. Because I feel like your Scorpio is getting a little bored. New and exciting date night ideas if you're partnered. If you're not, if you're single Scorpio, I feel like you're sick of it. It's like the same old fucking thing all the time. Go out for a walk. Change up your routine. Go to more public places, once we're allowed to, basically, and interact with more people so that you can meet somebody new. I feel like you do have somebody new coming in, though, for those of you who are single. Can I get moored? Can I get moored? You're bored is what it is. That's what this is. That's why it's a blockage. You're bored. What is this? 9 of Swords. Reversed. Yeah, you're bored. It's like the same old, same old. You don't want to think about anything anymore. I almost get a sense that I'm so bored, I just want to take a fucking nap to make the day go by quicker. Some of you just could be bored because of the whole quarantine shit right now. And if you're single, you really are. You really want to spend time with somebody else. It's funny because when you have someone around, I feel like you want to be alone. And when you're alone, you want somebody around. And it's just like we can never win. We have the 5 of Swords. This is giving up energy. Some of you might have even given up on love. Whatever you're doing right now is not working. To me, this is like, I want to give up on this job, on this relationship, on whatever the fuck is going on, whatever's making you bored. And it's just because you've lost it's not exciting anymore. It's the same. It's just like, if it's a relationship, you guys, it's complacent. And it's like, I just want to give up. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm fucking bored out to tears right now. I'm bored of being alone. I'm sick of it. Like, I don't know what to do with myself. I need a companion. This job is boring. It's like filing this paper and doing that and calling this person. It's like, I need excitement. Definitely don't work in a factory if you're a Scorpio then, if you deal with this. I just feel like I get bored easy. So that is a blockage for you and something that you need to learn to overcome. And that's why I was saying, switch up your routine. Don't do the same thing constantly. Like, hell, if you get up, shit, shower, shave, and go out the door and get coffee, and then do this, like, switch it up, do something different. Like, even if it's just one thing that you change. Get up a little earlier and go for a fucking walk. And then, I heard a bird singing a fucking song to me while I was walking, and now I'm all happy. I'm gonna go get my coffee now, and now I'm gonna go to work, and I'm gonna have a good day. And instead of sitting at my desk all day, I'm gonna stand up. Like, I don't know, just do something different. Because I feel like just complacency is boring the fuck out of you. So, how people view you and what they think of you. Temperance, moderation, reverse. So I feel like people are seeing you take on the world. That's how I'm seeing this right now. They view you as taking on, I feel like some of them think that you're taking on more than you can actually handle. I don't feel like you are. I almost get a sense that someone wants you to fail, because this is it's reverse, so it's out of whack, it's out of balance. So I feel like somebody around you, probably this person who didn't believe in you for whatever career path, hobby, whatever dream you have that you're going after, that you're actually being successful in. I feel like somebody's hoping that you fail, because they see you as if you've taken on too many responsibilities. Like, this is too much for one person to handle, and they're just like, it's almost like they're gonna sip their champagne and watch you and be like, oh, I can't wait for you to fail, Scorpio. Whoever the hell's around you is kind of an asshole. I'm just gonna say that's not very nice. Can I get more on how people view Scorpio? They feel like you're doing too much of something as well. So, I mean, if you're a drinker, someone around you, could be one person, could be multiple people, might think that you drink too much. Some people might think that you have, like, a food addiction. Like, I feel like somebody feels or thinks that you have an addiction of some kind. Because Scorpios do tend to go a little overboard with things that they love. And I'm not saying that it's like drugs and shit. Some of you could be, but it's like overindulgence. But for the most part, I feel like there's someone around you that wants you to fail, because they said that you would fail, and they warned you about doing this, and because you're proving them wrong, they don't like it. Three of Pentacles. This could be within work. This is collaborating, working together. This is, okay, so if you're working in an office, like, because, like, remember how I said, blah, 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 blah? Remember how I said that you are plotting and planning and figuring shit out, and you are working on, like, towards your goals and your dreams, and it's kind of a side thing right now, and you haven't left your current job or partner or whatever, but when I'm talking about work, you haven't left your current job. I feel like your coworkers and even your boss maybe at that place is seeing that you take on the world, you take on all the work, that you don't delegate. So I feel like you do need to learn how to delegate, because you are going to burn yourself out if you do take on too many things, especially if it's not your own business. You know, if you have this dream that you're going after, that you're trying to start your own business and get out of this job, then yes, delegate. And it's only something that's going to benefit you, because it's going to free up your time, and it's going to be less of a workload, so you'll be less stressed, and you can spend more time working on the things that you want to work on. So it's not a bad thing, even though these people won't do it as well as you, because, you know, Scorpios tend to be perfectionists, and not all of them, depends on your placement. Whoever I'm talking to, I'm sure it's hard to delegate because people don't do it right. Well, sometimes we just gotta let them fucking fail. You know, it doesn't fall on you. But yeah, you need to work more as a team and not take everything on all by yourself. So lessen your load a little bit. But that's how people view you, that you take care of everything. You do, what don't you do? I feel like I cook, I clean, I fix this. Oh, I gotta change my tire on my car. I can sew your coat later. It's almost like someone especially, at least one person especially, is viewing you as like a robot, because is there anything you can't do, Scorpio? Like, that's what somebody's thinking. That's how they're viewing you. Six of Cups. I feel like you've always been this way. Your kids might be viewing you this way. It's like, my mom or my dad can take on the world. There isn't anything that he or she can't do, because they just see you succeed at everything that you touch. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you're extremely talented in many different things. Because you get bored easy. So you give up on this and move on to that, and give up on this and move on to that. So you are like a jack or a Jill of all trades. That's what I tell. It's funny because these two remind me of me. Because I always tell people I'm a Jill of all trades. I mean, I was a firefighter for 5 years. I worked in human resources. I used to do payroll. I read tarot and other things, like with my spiritual gifts and everything. I was a stay-at-home mom for a while, so I'm a mother of two. I'm a single mom. I can fix my car as long as it's, as long as it's not major. I can't do anything with the transmission or motor. Like, I ain't dropping the engine or nothing. But I can work on vehicles, and I've always been interested in that. I mean, the list goes on. I started going to school to be an RN. Yeah, I only got halfway through it, but I also have my cosmetology license, so I can legally do hair and nails and makeup. But anyways, it's because I get bored. I never know what the fuck I want to do. And I feel like I'm talking to somebody who does the same thing. But you do have a goal in mind, like something that you really want to do. And I feel like you're privately, quietly working on it, basically. And you are seeing successes in it. But anyways, they're viewing you as someone who can do it all. And your advice from Spirit is the Seven of Cups reversed. Delusions. This is make a choice, decide what you want to do, and stick to it. Because I feel like if you put all the effort that you're putting into this task, that task, and all the things that you're splitting up, if you put it all into one thing, can you imagine how successful you'd be? You'd also be the master of it. And that's what I feel. So I feel like Spirit's telling you to really sit back and think like, okay, what you're working on up here, because you weren't happy and now you're celebrating and you're happy because you took this opportunity and ran with it, and it's something that you've always wanted to do. You're seeing it pay off financially. It's starting to. You're reaping those rewards. You're feeling successful. Keep it up. Stick to it. Even if you have to add a couple things. Okay, like say you're starting your own business, and I'll just use this for an example because I can't think of anything else right this second. Say you're... Oh, wait, I'll use this because my grandmother... You're a seamstress. Say you're a seamstress. Man, hell, it works with this as a seamstress card. You have your own business for it, and right now all you do is hem pants and shirts and coats and shit like that. You fix zippers and buttons and whatnot. Okay, that's fine and dandy. Well, why don't you expand and go to the police department and let them know that you will hem up all their uniforms and all that shit and sew on their patches. There's an extra thing to do. Okay, well now we can add prom dresses and wedding dresses. Oh, I can do beaded work, so now you can add that because the seamstress down the road doesn't do, she doesn't do embroidery and she doesn't do intricate beadwork, but you do. Like, make yourself stand out so you can add different things, but it's still the same thing. And then you won't get bored because you have this type of project, that type of project, but it's all in the same thing. Something like that. So I feel like that's your advice from Spirit, is to narrow it down more so it's not so broad. Seven of Cups reversed is clarified by the Seven of Cups reversed. That's exactly what Spirit wanted me to say, so that's what I said. Yeah, it's move on from, move away from anything that doesn't make you happy. Decide, choose one thing. It's just like in this card. It's exactly what I was saying. It's all the same thing. It's all alcoholic beverages, or it's all beverages. They're alcoholic ones in this one, but anyways, they're different cups, but they're different types of drinks, but they're all drinks. You get what I'm saying? So it's like choose one thing and then branch off from it. And that's where most of your money's going to come in, and that's how you'll be more successful. Because I feel like, for whoever I'm talking to, you're doing way too many different things. It's like, yeah, you have this one goal, but you can't really 100% focus on that one thing that starting that business or this idea because you're doing this, you're doing that, you're helping the kids, you're doing too much. So take a load off. Take a load off, Annie. Take a load for free. Anyways, we have your overall energy and or advice is Little Boy Blue. Dreams come true, bitches. I added the bitches. Return of the soul. I feel like there's something that you have wanted to do since you were a child, Scorpio. Since you was a little youngin', since you were a chubby little baby. And you're revisiting it. And I feel like it's going to make you feel free. It's going to bring you so much joy. And in turn, those around you are going to be happy too, because when you're happy and they see you happy and they see you succeeding, they're going to just celebrate right alongside you. I feel like there's expansion here. You can never dream too big, and I feel like your dreams are big, and you have been sitting in dreamland for a while, and now you're finally realizing that you have all the tools you need to make this happen. That there's no one or nothing in this world that's telling you that you can't do this. Well, even if people do tell you you can't, there's nothing stopping you. I feel like it's taken you a while to have this aha moment, but you're doing it. So yeah, you're making shit happen, Scorpio, which is amazing. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Good luck with this. I'm so proud of you for whoever this is. I mean, you're succeeding. Just remember to narrow it down. You can have many options within the same category. But I feel like the way that people are viewing you, you not delegating tasks at work and just taking on everything and doing it all. Even your kids are viewing you this way. And I feel like you've done that since you were a child. You've always, I feel that perfectionist energy. It just has to be done right, so I might as well do it myself kind of thing. That's what I feel, and that's how people are viewing you. But you're going to burn yourself out if you continue to do that. So I feel like all the other shit that you really don't care about too much, let other people do it. Hell, have your kids do certain things, especially if they're old enough for chores. You know? Teach them young. Teach them responsibilities. But yeah, that's what I have for you. So hopefully it made sense. Hopefully it helped somebody. And I'll be talking to you soon. Peace.